What is up, y'all? Welcome back to a cool video. As I say, today we're going to be talking about the exact strategy that I used or we used in my agency to generate $1.6 million in sales in just 1 month for one of our clients. And today my goal is to kind of give you the bones of everything so that you could apply it to your business, regardless if that's an agency applying it to an agency applying it to clients, or if you run your own business and you're looking for a good strategy, one that works and is proven, this video is definitely going to be for you. So we're going to be going over everything organic, paid media. We'll also do some sales process stuff. So let's jump right in. Let's do a little screen share here. So this is a $1.6 million strategy. And by the way, we achieved this in 30 days. 30 days. We spent about 20 grand in ads. So just do the math on that. If you're expecting $1.6 million and you're not spending 20 grand or more than that, or you're spending 5 grand and you're expecting 1.6 million, it's probably going to be a little bit tougher, but just being extremely transparent, kind of paid media avenues that we used. Paid media avenues that we used were Facebook. We put Instagram into that, so IG, and then we also used Google for this. So these are paid media avenues. That's kind of where all the $20,000 went to. But first things first, in this process, you need omnipresence. Bang. SAT word there for you. You need omnipresence. What does that mean? You need to be everywhere at once. Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, TikTok. I'm going to show you some cool things that the specific company that I'm talking about today. It's a tiny home company based out of DeKalb, Texas. It's just outside of Texarkana. So it's a small town that does business in a very big way because they deliver to not only the entire state of Texas, but the surrounding states. So omnipresence is extremely important. You need to be everywhere. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be on Google. This is like the paid side. And then on the organic side, you need to be on anywhere you can be. That was a chop up, but you need to be everywhere you could be. So they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. By the way, when I say Facebook on the paid side, Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, owns Instagram. So let's just throw them in the same bucket for the sake of this video. So when I say Facebook, think Facebook and Instagram. Organic, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but TikTok, that's kind of like their bread and butter. That's where they post the most. I'm going to show you a really cool strategy that they use, not only for them, but for their sales guys to bring in their own leads. So the main thing with organic posting is that you want to add value. You want to show them things that they're typically not going to see. You want to answer questions that they might have that nobody in your industry is answering. And the best part about this, if you are in a niche that's dominated by mom and pop shops, or old money, old business, a business that's been around for 40 years and they're stuck in their ways, this is going to help you tremendously because you might be the first in this industry, in your industry, that is attacking organic content in this fashion, right? Uncovering the things that nobody wants to talk about. You know, what goes on in a roof inspection if you're a roofer? What goes behind pricing out for windows and doors in a tiny home? Why do some tiny homes cost more than others, and what goes into them? How do you guys prepare tiny homes for the cold? How do you guys set up the plumbing in there? I mean, I don't know the exact intricacies, but we need to rip the curtain out in our organic content because the whole purpose of organic content is to get people to know who we are. Let's try to write that down here. So just had a brain fart. So we want them to know who we are, what we do, and what we offer, right? Because if people know this and they know who we are, they know what we do, and they know what we offer, then 9 times out of 10, they could probably do business with us as long as they trust us. And that's the missing piece with organic content. The goal is to get them to trust you. And how do you build trust? You have communication. It's kind of like a relationship, right? You show them exactly what no other company is talking about. Plumbers, same exact thing. Well, why does it cost $150? $150 to install a toilet? Why does it cost X amount of money to do a full drainage plumbing system, whatever it might be? Like, talk about those things so that when it comes to people doing business with you, if you're in the marketing world, why does it not make sense to run an advertisement campaign with an agency that's under $3,000 a month in ad spend? Because you have time versus money in the marketing world, right? The more money you spend in a short amount of time, the more data you get, right? But we need to inform the people, the audience, the consumers on exactly what goes into everything that we do so that they can know what we do, they need to know who we are, what we do, and ultimately what we offer. And then that would get them to know, like, and trust us. And if they know all of this, they'll do business with us, right? So I'm going to show you something cool that these people are doing specifically with their TikTok. So their TikTok's absolutely blowing up. They do walkthroughs of their tiny homes. They're fully finished out tiny homes. It's something that not many people offer. A lot of what people offer is tiny homes that are, what they call like 75% built. They have plumbing, plumbing, electrical, and I think they have like spray foam on it, and they're fully enclosed, all that stuff. They don't do the full finish out, like cabinets, appliances, floors, all that stuff. So them doing full finish outs, they're able to show exactly what goes on in their production facility that they just invested $4.6 million into, right? So what goes on in that production facility? Where does the spray foaming happen? What different kitchen countertops can you get? How do the cabinets look? What does the siding look like? All these different things they can showcase. But the best part about that and what they're doing specifically is that good content works, and it doesn't only work on one account, it works on various accounts. So we implemented a strategy with them because every sales team runs into the issue of, I need more leads. I want more leads. I'm hungry. I want to make more dials. I want to call more people. I want more leads that are qualified, so on and so forth. So they see the social media page on TikTok getting so many views, and I'll show you their pages now, and I'll go through one by one to show you, but they see all these views that they're getting, and they're like, well, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of the comments. I want a piece of, I want my own link with my landing page on it, right? I want to be putting out my phone numbers on the pages so that they could text me and not just the company. So what we did with them was we implemented a process where the person that's in charge of social media puts everything on a Google Drive that's accessible by the salespeople. And every single day that the social media team posts, the salespeople grab the post, captions, songs, everything that has to do with the same exact post that just went up and got, 1 million views, 500,000 views, 2.2 million views, whatever it might be. They can post it on their page. Now, will they get 2.2 million views? In some cases, the answer is yes. And in others, they don't, but they do get 500K views. They do get 20,000 views. And they get a ton of comments asking them, what's the pricing? Can I see the floor plan? All these different questions that lead to business. So let's jump into that avenue right now. I want to show you guys. Let me drop my pencil here. So hit a quick switch, bang. So this is the name of the company, Saddlebrook Life. By all means, go ahead, check them out and see the type of content that they're putting out there. But here we have the three pinned are 1.5 million views, 821,000 views, 267,000 views. And then you could just go down and see, right? 4,000 views, 7, almost 8, 12.3, 7, 12, 32, 137,000 views, 50K views. So all this content that they're putting, the delivery process, how does that happen? Informing the marketplace on the possibilities within doing business with them and getting a tiny home from them. Let's look at this one, right? So 1 bedroom, 1 bath. They're right outside their plant, tongue and groove ceiling, so it tells you exactly what you're getting. They walk in and they show you how they are built, the quality that they are built with. They're tiny homes, but tiny homes don't always got to be tiny. Countertops, kitchens, appliance, everything is included. Here you can see on this one that they have the AC on the outside, a mini split that powers up the whole thing, windows, doors. It's beautiful. So this leads to people wanting to do business with you, right? If we let's go into the one that has 1.5 million views. Let's click on it and let's hope that it loads. So here it is, 14 by 52, something a little smaller. But check this out, 6.2K saves, 356 comments, and almost 50,000 likes. So all the salespeople are like, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that. Well, let's go ahead and let's jump into Trace, who's one of their top dogs. 27,000 followers. Entrepreneur, sales professional, located in Texas, with this phone number right there, so anybody that wants to reach out. 2.7 million views, 1.8 million views, 1.6. Some of his videos are doing better than they do on the other account. But he's consistent. He posts about them. And let's take a look at the comments. Let's just look at the most recent one. 16,000 views that he got on this one. He posted this 4 hours ago. He already has 20 comments, 80 saves, and 445 likes of people who know what he does, what he offers. And look, they're asking questions. How much is this one? 180K, 145 with appliances. He's actively getting leads. Love everything about it. Only need a master suite. How can I get more info? Boom, he gives the website. I think that he should have given his number there, but that's a conversation for a different time. The point in this, so you know it's not a one and done situation. Let's go to Austin, which is another one of their sales guys. Look, lower numbers, which is fine. 56K, 29K, 21,000. He's in the hundreds at some, and then some of them he goes up. I could tell right off the bat just by looking at the content that he's putting, he's not as consistent as Trace is, but he's still reaping, reaping the benefits. I hope I said that right. Long story short, this is a great opportunity for you and your sales team to establish that omnipresence, the being everywhere. The same posts that are on here, they go on Instagram, they go on Facebook, they generate the same comments and the same interest. So we want to be everywhere. We want to have a strong organic push. Now, let's move on. I want to talk to you guys about the ad side of it, right? Because we're spending 20 grand we're spending just under 20 grand a month, if I'm being honest. It's probably like 18 to 20 depending. But let's put 20K here so you guys could see. I'll share my screen here in a bit. Excuse me. So 20 grand in ad spend across PPC. So we'll put Google here. Excuse me. And Facebook. So Facebook, we barely do we don't do that much advertising on Facebook, but PPC is what absolutely crushes. It takes about 90% of our ad spend. And the goal here is to offer things that nobody else offers. Fully finished tiny homes are things that are hard to find. I didn't discover that until I jumped into this industry, but not many people could do fully finished out tiny homes that are ready for delivery and they get delivered to your land. So that's one of our biggest things on our landing page. We talk about the full finish outs. We talk about the warranty. The siding on these houses have 50-year warranty. If you're a roofer, if you're a marketer and you have a guarantee, if you have something to offer, make sure that whatever separates you from your competition, you're telling people about it. That's what's going to win on the advertising side. That's what's going to get people to see your ad and then opt in. Now, I would be lying to you if I said that the ads were the only thing that made uh, made the $1.6 million. I'd be lying to you. Because one of the most important parts, I could go all day on keywords and location targeting and demographics and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, that's possibly one of the maybe the simplest parts. It takes some time to figure out, but once you figure it out, you can start scaling slowly. We started this account maybe 3 years ago on a $3,000 a month budget. Now we're getting, very close to going over that $20K a month budget because we're growing the sales team. But that $1.6 million, a lot of it has to do with finding the qualified leads, targeting the right keywords, the people that are looking for the tiny homes, fully finished out, cash buyers, financing, like those type of nuances when it comes to the keywords and the targeting. And then the bigger the targeting window that you have, obviously the more opportunity that you have. A lot of companies that build cabin shells with just the cabins, no, let me put my face up real quick, but just the cabins, no full finish out, sheds, and even tiny homes. The people the companies that build that, oftentimes they don't deliver very far. So one of the benefits that they have over everybody is that they deliver not only to the entire state of Texas, but the surrounding states of Texas, and sometimes even farther. They've done projects in Michigan, Indiana, Virginia, outside of Northeast Texas, which is amazing and something that the people need to know, especially when you're running really hard on organic. And organically, you can't just say, hey, I will only want people in Texas to watch this video. Or Arkansas or Oklahoma, right? You post to the world, and then whoever sees it in the world sees it. So, like I said, I'd be lying to you if that $1.6 million was only attributed to just how good the marketing is, right? A lot of it has to do with the sales process. And I want you guys to implement this because it took us a while to figure it out. And, we're still making changes to it and still making changes, and then also getting the salespeople to buy in general. And this happens with every single company that we deal with. We give our feedback on the sales process. I've been doing this for 7 years now. I've worked with a lot of companies. I've built sales processes. I've fixed sales processes. I've fixed marketing departments and I guess overall marketing strategy before. So I've been doing this for a long time. So we're able to come in and see the gaps that companies have and see where we could really fix, the gaps, right? Contact rate, following up, all that stuff. So we're able to jump in, and I came from a really good, training system. I have a buddy that trains me all the time on sales, making sure that I'm relaying that information and even bringing him into some deals with me so that he could help them out on the sales side. But the important part is this process. Once the lead comes in, and you could apply this same exact strategy to any business that you run, service business, cars, info space, any business that you run, we could apply this. So the lead comes in, and within the first 5 minutes pass, they get a text and an email. And you could use your CRM to send that from the rep. The rep is the one that needs to send that out. And you want this text and email to be informal. You don't want this to be a prim and proper corporate email. You want it to be informal. You're selling to a human, right? A human is buying from another human. They're not buying from a robot. So don't sound like a robot. Have your salespeople ask them, hey, what would be the first thing that you say to someone if someone was interested? Well, the question would probably be, how many bedrooms and bathrooms do you want? Or what's your budget? Or what's this? Like, make that probably the first text. So what we do in our first text is, hey, I'm on a call. So we'll say something like, hey, John, this is Kristian over at Saddlebrook. I'm on a call, and I just saw your information come through. Can you send me how many bedrooms and bathrooms you're interested in so I could pull up some quotes for you and give you a call later today? And then we'll get responses like 2 beds, 2 bath, 900 square feet, 540 square feet is fine with me. I'm looking for an 18 by 52. I'm looking for a 14 by whatever. And those are the conversations that start. So now that happens in the first 5 minutes. Now within the first 15 minutes, you need to have an appointment setter or the rep themselves call. Because newsflash, guys, if they're opting in to your company, that means that they are actively looking. So don't think that this is exclusivity, that people are just opting in to opt in. No, they're opting in to your company because they're looking for, in this case, tiny homes. If you're a plumber, same thing. If you're a plumber, same thing. If you're a roofer, same thing. So if they opt into you, chances are they're opting in, to 2 to 3 other people. And this isn't exclusive to Google. This is also on Facebook, because Facebook is not dumb. If you're a roofer, if you sell a make money online product, if you're an agency, if you're in the tiny home space and you run a Facebook advertisement and someone opts into it, Facebook is going to say, well, I have 15 more, 20 more, a million more info product tiny home builders that are running advertisements on this platform and also need leads. So I'm going to serve this same exact person different ads from different companies. So if they're reaching out to your company, they're also reaching out to 2 to 3 other companies. And it's sometimes, especially in a world where prices are very much the same, it's all about who is first. Who is first? And then you could pair that up with best impression. I'll put IMP there for you guys. But the first person to get in contact with them mixed with the person that makes the best impression. So you guys need to make sure that within the first 15 minutes, you guys are the first people to call. Because a lot of people, I just dropped my pen, give me 2 seconds. Because the first people to call are the ones that are going to earn the business. So the goal of this process is to get someone on the phone. We want to move the conversations away from emails and text messages to the phone, because people don't buy from computers and companies and all that stuff. They buy from people, especially when you're selling an $85,000 building, $150,000 building, $20,000 mentorship, $5,000 course, whatever it might be. People buy from people. They do not buy from companies or robots, unless you're an e-commerce person, right? Like we're selling a $150,000 home. We're not selling, the best napkin to use in your kitchen. So they're not going to buy that off of an email. They're going to buy it talking to someone and having someone walk them through the process. So the main goal is to get someone on the phone. So obviously what we want is either an appointment or an eventual walk-in once we get them on the phone, right? We want them to walk into the facility if you guys have a facility. In their case, they do have a facility. Or we want, obviously, an appointment where you could hop on a Zoom call, walk them through things, so on and so forth. Now, after the phone and the appointment, obviously comes the quote, or in some industries, the pitch, right? You're going to pitch them. And oftentimes people don't buy, depending on the cost of the product or various amounts of different variables, but people don't buy on that call, on first call. So what comes after that? Follow up. And this is something that a lot of companies don't do. They're not aggressive with the follow-up. You got to be aggressive with it. I hope I spelled that right. If I didn't, let me know in the comments. But you got to be aggressive with your follow-up. Because at the end of the day, a salesperson's job, and I tell my guys this, and I tell a lot of people this, but the salesperson's job isn't to sell. I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? The salesperson's job isn't to sell. The salesperson's job is to help the person on the other line make the best decision for themselves, regardless if that's working with you or not working with you. Now, if the salesperson believes, after doing all their fact finding and exactly what they want and all that stuff, if they believe that the best thing for that person is to do business with them, then they have to do everything in their power to get them to do business with them, ethically, obviously. So that's why when I say aggressive, I mean we got to be aggressive because we know that they want to do business. We know that this is the best product for them. So why wouldn't we do everything in our power to get them to jump over the fence? Because I'm going to write down comfort zone here. Oftentimes, the decision that someone needs to make is outside. This is their comfort zone. It's outside of their comfort zone. Because if it was inside their comfort zone, they would have made the decision already. So the job of a salesperson is, once they have figured out that this is for them, little check mark, this is for them, great. Our job is to get them outside of their comfort zone. In the tiny home business is, well, it's outside of real estate, right? It's not a real structure built on site. It's different. It's just not in my comfort zone. So we got to get them out. We got to get them to make that decision that's outside of their comfort zone. And how do we do that? Add value. Well, what's going to make them feel comfortable? We got to figure out what their objections are. Well, I'm not sure about the siding. I don't know how long it lasts. Well, it has a 50-year warranty. How do you guys put it on the land? Explain that. So if you're in the info space, this is big because you're oftentimes, or the marketing space, you're oftentimes selling people something that they've either never done before or been burned in the past using the same industry. So it's outside of their comfort zone to go ahead and make that same decision again, or make the decision for the first time. I've never invested in marketing before. I've never invested in a mentor before. So we got to get them to make the decision that's outside of their comfort zone so that they can see a change, right? If we don't like going to the gym, if we don't like eating healthy, so oftentimes those things are outside of our comfort zone. Having to meal prep something, having to wake up in the morning and go to the gym before you go to work, or sit behind a desk and get your job done. Like, those things are outside of our comfort zone. But ultimately, to see the results that we want, we need to make decisions that are outside of our comfort zone until they become comfortable. So for follow-up, what we want to do is we want to have a series of texts and email that go out to them. Emails, typically as a company, we run the emails that are kind of like nurture. We hear that a lot, like nurture sequences, but the texts need to be personal. These texts need to come from your sales rep. Ask questions. And my favorite one is selfie videos. Selfie videos. There's not enough people in this sales world that send out selfie videos. I'm going to find you. Let's see if I can find you something live here real quick. This is a little ad hoc. It took me about maybe 6 months to close this deal. And I'll just run through the various amounts of selfie videos, images, and text that I sent out. That's one selfie video. Let's see if we can keep going. Maybe if I do this, you can see another selfie video. It's a picture, unanswered text, another selfie video, another. So, and then look, ultimately I got a response. Wait, I think we lost it. There it is. Ultimately I got a response. Long story short, 6 months later, we're doing business together. We've been doing business for the last close to 6 months now. So selfie videos work because it gives you an opportunity to, one, put a face to the name if you've never seen this person. If you guys did a Zoom call, no camera, if you guys were just operating over the phone, operating between email, whatever it might be, it gives you an opportunity to put your face in front of them. Tell them who you are. Show them that you care. Give them information. All through these selfie videos that you send through text, and ultimately help you get the deal done. You want to do this, not like, obviously I say aggressively, but like, I don't want to send a selfie video every single day. It's not the right way to do it. You might be a little bit of a pest, right? But maybe a selfie video once a week, a text once a week. You definitely want to call at least once a week, depending on how soon you are in the sales process. Like earlier in the sales process, you could do a call every 3 days. Make sure you're trying to get them back on the phone. Try different times. I like to use breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Sometimes they don't answer in the morning or during lunch, or they don't answer at night. So give them different times where you're calling them to see if you get that response back. We have to remember that people live lives. They have kids, they have jobs, they run businesses, they do all these things. And sometimes we think, oh, they're ghosting us because of this, or they don't want to talk to me because of that. And ultimately, sometimes it just comes down to they're busy, they're doing life. It might not be top of mind for them at the moment. And it's your job to stay top of mind so that when it does become priority number one for them, you're the one that's thinking. So you're the one that they're thinking of, rather. So I hope that you guys got a ton of value in this. My goal was to kind of give you the bones behind the process so that you guys could go ahead and implement that across the board in your business, or just test something new out. Like I said, I hope I helped you. If I did, I would hope that you would like this video for me down below. Subscribe to me. I post these videos all the time, and I'm going to continue to do so. And if you have any feedback for me, I'd appreciate if you just left that in the comment section. If you like it, if you don't like it, what I could do different, if you want me to make a specific video for you, let me know down there, and I'll get to it. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thanks a ton for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.